Well, we got to talk about it, guys. By now, you probably have figured out, or if you saw it, you probably saw the game, that the New England Patriots kind of took that L to the Tennessee Titans. Now, the game pretty much went how I envisioned it going the entire time, but there's a little caveat in the middle. So, before the game, I knew the Patriots would have a big issue trying to score the ball. Now, that was my biggest gripe with them. To me, they had a defense that was good enough to go into any stadium and play any type of team they had to face and be formidable and do their job. Not necessarily shut down everybody, but be able to do their job and be respectable. Put up a good front to just stop the opposing team just moving the ball at will. My biggest issue was the offense. I was just trying to figure out, man, if they are just able to muster 24 points, I feel like they have the ability to beat everybody. But the harder you look is like, where is this 24 points going to come from? That was my biggest issue. That was my biggest gripe coming into the game, and pretty much played out this way. Now, I kind of got the game running right now, and it pretty much started out the way I kind of thought. The New England, they drove the ball, but they weren't able to cash in for 6. The Tennessee Titans were pretty much able to just go down the field, not necessarily super easy, but they was able to cash in on 7 points. But this is what I didn't see happening. I feel like New England controlled like that middle chunk of the first half, to where as soon as Tennessee scored, I feel like New England was able to handle the ball really well. Not necessarily create as many points as you wanted, but they're able to go up and down the field kind of easily, in my opinion, with a lot of uses of screens and things like that. That's what their entire game was, and I even said it on Twitter that they may end up winning this game. They may, but that screen game ain't gonna do it, man. Because if you count on screens, to me, I've played football for 10, 11 years of my life, man. And if you got there's a few things if you have to rely on, you're in trouble. If you got to rely on screens, trick plays, anything that's super gadgety, you in for some trouble, in my opinion. Like, yeah, you may be able to get that off against this one team, but you can't make a living off of that. And that's pretty much what ended up happening with this game. Tennessee was able to go down the field and score right before half. They got the ball back after halftime. Wasn't able to do too much with it, because it pretty much was stagnant at that point forward. Like, New England wasn't really able to do anything in the second half either. They got a turnover, but they were down 1 point at half, and that's pretty much how the game finished out. I know you see the score ended up being what it ended up being, but that's not exactly how everything played out. It was pretty much the score at halftime was how the game ended up being, guys. And I was just completely impressed by Tennessee's Titans, their ability to just run the ball. Now, I'm just so happy that Derrick Henry is running. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really follow him. I don't really follow this team as much as I wanted to, and part of that's because Mariota wasn't who I kind of thought he would end up being, and Derrick Henry, in my opinion, wasn't playing to the abilities that he was heralded to have coming out of Alabama. But I'm so happy that, especially during the second half of this year, that Derrick Henry has been playing like the dude that everyone thought he could be. This dude is huge. Pause. This dude is like he's an issue to take down, and he has the ability to just push the pile. That's what I saw so much in this game. His ability to just make people move, and that's the way he was running in Alabama, and that's the way that he did not run earlier on in his career, in my opinion. That's what kind of just got me frustrated with him, because I feel like, dude, you're big for no reason. Why are you tippy-toeing like that? But I feel like he understands now how to properly run the way to maximize his frame. And that's a huge thing, as you see Brady throw a nice little dot across the middle of the field. But Brady's accuracy wasn't as amazing as you would have thought it would be in this game. Let's see actually what his stats were, what his ratings were. Get off this full screen. NFL. We got what we got. Let's see what Brady ended up doing. Look at these stat lines. Patriots. 20 for 37. So really he's flirting with 50%. He's flirting with 50% right there for 209 yards. Yeah. What's that yards per attempt? Let's do that yards per attempt math real quick. The yards per completion ain't even amazing. So 209 divided by 37. Eesh. 5.6 yards per attempt. Ooh, that ain't gonna get it done. And one interception, didn't even throw for a touchdown. Like, they got some production on the ground. They got 61 from Sony. They got 14, 12, 7, 4. Like, they had a decent ground game. I feel like they got over 100 yards. They definitely got over 100 yards. So you can't say they didn't have a ground game to go with it. But as you see, like, tight end, running back, Rex Burkhead with 3. Julian Edelman having only 3 catches is... How does Julian Edelman only have 3 catches? While you still have Harry that only pulls in 2. Sanu pulls in 1. I don't care. I'm a Falcons fan. You ain't finna tell me what Sanu can and can't do. Sanu is a dog, bro. And that one pass he did catch showed how much of a dog he was because he fought for that first down for his catch. Dorsett 1 for 6. Like, come on, man. You ain't finna tell me it's all these wide receivers' fault, man. You can't tell me that Philip Dorsett is a one reception guy. You can't tell me Sanu is a 1 reception guy. You might be able to get away with telling me this rookie is a 2 reception guy. Edelman ain't no 3. Edelman is like, if Edelman's right, Edelman could get 10 catches in a game, bro. You telling me he ended this game with 3? Edelman is good. You can sharpie him in for at least 5. Like, the defense played pretty well. They ended up with a sack, even though I feel like they got pressures. Let's look at what Tannehill did. Tannehill threw probably one of the worst interceptions I've seen in my life. Nah, that's exaggeration. It was pretty bad. 8 for 15, 7. Jesus. I didn't know it was like that. Jesus. And you lost to 8 of 15. He has a higher completion percentage than Brady, though. Makes you wonder. Matter of fact, let's look at his yards per attempt. Let's look at his yards per attempt. Oh my God, 72 divided by 15. Oh, okay. So he has a higher completion. Well, Brady has a higher completion percentage, but his yards per attempt ain't too far off. 4.8. Well, Brady had what, 5.6? One pass could change that. Mariota did his thing, did his thug thizzle 1 for 1, 4 yards. He out here doing big things. But the man of the hour is, I don't understand what goes on. This man will rush for 32 yards one game and rush for 182 the next. But they fed him to death. 34 touches. That's the production I want to see from anyone that wants to get a high, paycheck for being a running back. You got to carry that ball 26 plus times. And Derrick Henry, 34. He's earned whatever contract he may have coming up. And Tannehill, I saw Tannehill use his legs a little bit. Tannehill ran for like 2 first downs, so that's what's up. He took a shot on one, dragged some dudes for I think a crucial 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4. So that was dope. I like the way he did that. Shows the man's out here working for it. He's trying to make up for that trash interception he threw. Receiving, Derrick Henry on that. he caught a screen for 22 yards, which set them up for a touchdown at the end of the first half. That was big. But you guys saw how the game went, man. 20-13. Really, it wasn't 20-13. It was 14-13. That's what the game was. Pretty much the same thing that happened after halftime. They went at halftime 14-13. That's pretty much how the game just finished out. Just, playing some pretty decent defense. And I don't like the way that I feel like the Titans there was a moment in the fourth quarter with like 4 minutes left or whatever, where I think maybe 4 or 5 minutes left. Not Tannehill, but Vrabel had the opportunity to go for it on fourth down to just end the game. If they got a first down on that, they end the game right there. The game's over. They win. If you just pick up those 3 or 4 yards, game's over. They decided to punt. And I felt like they lost the game at that moment because Brady only needed a field goal. He's down by 1. You just got to drive the ball down by 1. But luckily, they were able to get a stop on defense, which coincidentally, I'm questioning Tennessee. While they didn't go for it on fourth down, I'm questioning Bill Belichick. Game on the line. You have like 2 minutes left in the game. Go for it. You're not promised the ball back, and that's what ended up happening. They really weren't promised anything, and that's the way the game unfolded, man. So, it's the Patriots dynasty done. I might do a video on that, but shout out to Tennessee holding it down. We all, that Jameis Winston, they eating W's for the win. Patriots going to Shannon Sharp's restaurant for them hot L's. So shout out to them. Moving on. I don't know who they play. Hold on, let's see. Playoff pictures. Where they go. Tennessee Titans versus the Ravens. I want to give Tennessee a chance in this game, but I'll talk about that in another video. Shout out to Tennessee for the win. KT was here, man. Hey, man. New England went down, man.